Anywhere between $15,000 and $30,000 is made every Saturday, making the farmers market a stepping stone for small businesses. TxDOT has been busy for the past few days. They've been pre-treating the roads, and what they're doing is they're laying down this mixture of gravel and sand, and that's what you're going to see and feel when you're driving on these roads. The search continues for a gunman in Houston who shot and killed a man overnight. Officers say residents in an apartment building on the city's southwest side called police after hearing multiple gunshots just before midnight. Downtown Development Corporation put on this Waco Wonderland event to draw people from the rink just a block away to the small businesses along Austin Avenue. When the TCEQ investigator came out, he noted hundreds of tires and even junk cars lined up along city property. And Bruce, that money is going to be used specifically to rebuild the schools and getting students out of temporary classrooms like the ones behind me and into permanent ones. Because it's so cold out here, the ice that's on the road isn't going to be going away anytime soon, and it will be here well into the morning. Authorities are investigating an accidental shooting in Rice involving a 5-year-old boy. In just a matter of hours, more than a decade's worth of family memories is now nothing more than a pile of ashes. And Bruce, I talked to someone at a staffing agency, and they said many employees can no longer be picky because there's just not enough workers to fill all the jobs. Every day, thousands of big rigs travel up and down the interstate. It seems like they're everywhere, but actually there's a shortage of drivers. Tom Green with Tejas Warehouse and Trucking says they've actually had to pass on taking jobs.
We actually have probably about 5 trucks out there parked because we can't find drivers to put in them.
And truck driving isn't the only industry that's feeling the pinch. Manufacturers, retailers, construction companies, and even management positions are hard to fill.
The situation is so bad that we've actually had companies that are calling us over the last year that in the past haven't used recruiters.
So what's causing this shortage? 2 factors could be an improving economy and an aging workforce.
I think the young generation really don't want to be a truck driver. They're going to other skills, and most of our drivers are older that we have no young ones because there's none out there.
This shortage is good news for job hunters. More demand for workers means higher wages as companies compete to fill open positions. Ramsey also says employers need to change their mindset. Just offering a job isn't good enough. He says that now it's more about what the company can do for the employee. In the Waco newsroom, KristiannaGross, News Channel 25. Both the city and the Humane Society say the multi-million-dollar upgrade is long overdue. These dogs are barking for joy at the news of a renovated shelter is now in the works.
Well, the facility's real old, and it's at the end of its life. It's been at the end of its life for quite a while now.
Something Assistant City Manager Wiley Stem says is much needed.
We got maintenance issues associated with those older kennels that are difficult to deal with, and they use up resources that really should be used for taking care of the animals.
The renovation will add nearly 40 spacious kennels, which will be good for both the staff and the animals.
Being more efficient and being able to clean more efficiently is going to be a huge time saver. And of course, I think the animals, they're going to be happier because they're going to have more space.
The city will put in $500,000 and ask their partners and the community to come up with at least $1.5 million. The city and the Humane Society hope the renovation will help bring the shelter to no-kill status.
More people coming in and they can see the animals better and they can see their personalities better. It should help with adoptions.
Giving these dogs something to wag their tails about. And the city is still in the beginning stages, but they say ideally they would like to break ground sometime next year. And Bruce, that's exactly why the city of Waco is making a big push to get rid of vacant properties like this one off the market. It cost the city almost $90,000 to maintain 800 vacant properties all around Waco. That means the city is missing out on valuable tax dollars that could be used to fund other projects. But now the city is taking action.
The city has this great initiative that we're taking back the properties for tax foreclosure, mowing liens. People haven't been paying their bills.
City officials created a new website that lists the nearly 500 vacant properties that are for sale. And all of those properties are priced to go, some selling for as low as $1,000. The city is actively foreclosing on abandoned properties and placing for sale signs like this one all around town.
We're foreclosing on those so we can get them back into hands of taxpayers who will pay the bills, and it does help and benefit the city and the county and the school districts greatly.
Residents say they're happy and hope this means new construction in their area.
I appreciate the city of Waco making the big effort to clean these lots up and stuff. If they would build, new houses or even more businesses.
The next step for the city is to join the board of realtors and offer commissions for selling city property. The city of Waco has already made $150,000 just off selling these vacant properties last month. Live in Waco, KristiannaGross, News Channel 25.
This is the Texas Report, Weekend Edition.
A Central Texas man is dead tonight after fighting for his life in a local hospital following a car accident. Thank you for staying with us on the Texas Report. I'm KristiannaGross, filling in for Adam Hammonds. The search continues for a gunman in Houston who shot and killed a man overnight. Officers say residents in an apartment building on the city's southwest side called police after hearing multiple gunshots just before midnight. Police rushed to the scene to find the shooter gone and the victim dead in a nearby parking lot. An 11-year-old girl in Fort Worth is fighting for her life today after a driver lost control of an SUV near a school. This was the scene near Truett Middle School when the SUV finally came to a stop after plowing through that brick wall. Police say the female driver swerved to avoid an accident, hit one or two more vehicles, and then lost control as she barreled over the median of the 4-lane road. Authorities are investigating an accidental shooting in Rice involving a 5-year-old boy. The Navarro County Sheriff's Office says 3 kids were playing with a .22 caliber rifle near a structure on the property when the boy was shot.
This weather, after all, that's something we'll be tracking throughout the week.
I'm not looking forward to that cold front at all.
No, not at all. But hey, it is January. It's
yeah, I
supposed to
guess
be
it's
cold.
expected.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Conley. In Dallas, first responders got a special thanks from the men and women who serve overseas, including a veteran who starred in the acclaimed military film American Sniper. A San Antonio man is recovering from gunshot wounds after an argument escalates into a full-on firefight. This is a picture of the scene around 3:30 this morning. Officers say a man was walking in front of his home when a driver swerved and almost hit him. Authorities say the pedestrian confronted the driver on the sidewalk. Police say that's when the people in the vehicle became angry and pulled out multiple guns, spraying the front of the man's home with bullets. Former Missouri police officer Darren Wilson will never again patrol the streets of Ferguson. The officer submitted his resignation to the Ferguson police force, saying he's scared for his safety. The announcement isn't unexpected. The death of Michael Brown inspired months of protests. Authorities in southeast Texas are working to identify a burned body found alongside a road. Liberty County Sheriff says the body of a man believed to be Hispanic and in his 20s was found wrapped in a tarp and set on fire. No identification was found with the body and the cause of death hasn't been released. Authorities say they're working with other law enforcement agencies to see if the victim matches any missing persons cases. The gunman who forced a North Texas woman into her trunk at a drive-up ATM last week is still on the loose, but his victim is refusing to let the terrifying encounter alter her life. That wraps us up on the Texas Report. For all of us here, good night.